I'm not overstating things when I say my entire life's work has been driven by a single question. Why do people do what they do, even when what they do doesn't make sense? Over literally decades of multidisciplinary study and research, what I've found is that we all run our lives based on our own private, subjective, emotional logic. That is, our minds quite naturally are filled with the experiences, the stories, and the myths that we've been told or that we tell ourselves, and they become the filters for our reality. Now, what this means is that for us to experience anything new, of course, it has to pass through those filters. I call this our emotional source code. Now, whether we realize it or not, we all have such a code. Our emotional source code is what allows us to reason in a way that makes perfect sense to us, even if it doesn't particularly make sense to anybody else. This code guarantees that despite what we may tell ourselves, or for that matter, anybody else, the foundation of every decision we make is first and foremost emotional. So consider this. Because our emotional source code is always running in the background somewhere over there, what we don't examine about ourselves or our organizations controls us. We all know that our experiences have shaped us, and as such, they can give us wonderful acuity, but they can also create massive blind spots, and these blind spots are rooted in our emotional source code. When our emotional source code doesn't match the reality that we live in, it can create havoc in every area of our lives, in our businesses, in our finances, and of course in our relationships. Now at this point, you may be wondering, are we victims of our own emotional source code, or can we transmute it into something good? Now there are, of course, very specific strategies to tap into and transform your emotional source code. However, once you understand your emotional source code, you naturally step in and claim your most meaningful life, allowing you to forge a future by transforming every area of your life, be it relationships, business, community, or even nations. So my invitation to you is, as always, to stay curious, my friend. Stay curious. Reach out. Let's talk.